Okay, take one. This has been a long time coming, let me tell you that. But look, I'm just pleased that I finally come round to vlogging all the insides and all of the ongoings within my life, and really and truly just this journey towards progress and my own personal journey for what I feel is where I should be headed, and the things I need to overcome and adjust to enable me to achieve those goals, right? So briefly, I just want to give you an introduction, who I am. I'm Cameron. Obviously you see the channel here is Cameron Physique. I'm a personal trainer, yes, amongst many other things. Like many of you guys, I guess you've come across this video because you're of similar mindset, but for me it's very much about structuring myself in a way where I can achieve the things that I'm passionate about. So I'm going to go through some quick fire questions, just to really quickly get to the core of who I am, what I'm about, and what this channel is looking to put out there in regards to content. So let's go ahead with the questions. So why I'm this way? It's hard for me to really put it into words, I think, why I'm this way. All I know is I'm quite different in respects to sort of my focus and my drive and my desire. It's like I refuse to sort of settle for what's expected of us, sort of 9 to 5 rat race. Just, live to maintain, work to pay the bills. I want more than that. So this is sort of why I do what I do. But underneath all of that, my underneath sort of burning desire is obviously my son. My son's 10. You get to see him and learn lots about him on my journey, which I'm excited for, because of course he's part of it. But that's the reason. That's the reason. Whether you're a parent yourself or a child, that is it's the biggest reason any life could ever give you to want to achieve your best, and really develop yourself to be able to do that. We're all on our own separate journeys, and I think at this time in my life it's important to share this hard point in my life. Just put it out there, no sort of ego attached to it. It's beyond all that. I think it's important to share the journey in hope that someone somewhere will benefit from it, and be able to relate to it in their own way, in their own journey. Because often I think people like myself sort of struggle with the mainstream, kind of a bit of a black sheep in society, and that we don't sort of fit in certain ways. I don't know, I definitely feel that. So yeah, that's a big why. Yeah, so then after I didn't quite make it with football, I went into football coaching, got qualified in FIFA, my FIFA badge level 1 and 2, and started doing some sort of community training for Watford Football Club, which was cool, but it wasn't really me. I wanted to be a player. So I went for a bit of a period of running around the road, should we say, sort of learning a few things about myself and life, and then I come to put together a small business with a friend, Pre-Night Promotions, which was nightclubs, events, and also comedy shows, which went really well. I learned a lot about business. I had no sort of previous history or understanding of business or help, so I'd done a lot of that with a friend and learned a lot during that sort of 2-year period. Yeah, after Pre-Night Promotions, I started a clothing line with my cousin Jay, Goham Clothing. It was first time around, which we run for like 3 years. This was like 2012 when there was a lot of up and coming brands, and to be fair, we got close, man. We've done a lot. You know, we managed to be televised. We made a lot of affiliations with, you know, with high caliber sort of fighters and stuff. Over MMA range, it was televised on Spike TV. We sponsored some cool people, done some Arnold Allen. I don't know if you guys know MMA, like Chris Bungard, some pretty big names in the game now. And that again was an incredible learning curve for me, how to source products, importing products, and learning the whole online space, which was really intriguing to me. The whole social media marketing, everything that a company has to do, I had to learn from scratch. And other than the sort of graphic design element of the business, I was responsible for everything else. So through that time, I learned an awful lot. And to be fair, we got really, really close. Unfortunately, things didn't work out first time round, due to mainly finance, and I think pretty much burnout. It's like when you're trying to juggle 1,000 jobs at once on your own for a very long period, it comes to the point where it's just too much to handle on your own, man. So you just sort of hit burnout, and unfortunately that's what happened to me sort of 2014, 2015. After really making some decent progress with the brand, looking back, we were incredibly close, so it's a shame. But I don't look at it as a loss, I look at it as a lesson, and that's just been my whole sort of ethos and, you know, how I look at most issues in my life. So with all of that, I also learned a lot of, let's say, social media and digital marketing skills, which you know, I've freelanced with over the years, sort of done jobs for people and helped others sort of grow their online presence online, and stuff like that, as well as doing my own projects. I'm a very creative person. It's like I feel like I'm a born entrepreneur. I haven't succeeded as such, as an entrepreneur per se you would, you know, sort of picture, but I know within myself that I will succeed. It's just when you're of this sort of passion and you are this sort of creative person and you have that sort of belief in yourself, these are the times I think that don't get shared. So I want to dive in and share the tough parts, and ultimately I hope that you all can come with me on the journey to the other end, right? Where it's all happy and the part that everyone else likes to share. I think it's important to get across what I need to at this point, how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, and how I keep myself pushing, because it's easy to give up, man. It's easy to take the easy way out, but that's not what I've decided to do. And it's having that self-belief and that desire and that focus to block out everything else and just go for it, man. Lay it on the line, lay it bare, and ultimately you will be there at the end. But yeah, after learning all of that social media stuff and digital marketing stuff, I went into personal training for a while. I got qualified, done my level 3 intensive course with Premier Training, which was really cool. I'll go more into my training, sort of my knowledge of that prior to getting qualified at another time. But yeah, I done all that, got qualified, come out of with my qualifications in personal training for a few years, and then I wanted to sort of blend what I'm learning with my digital marketing sort of experience and really try to reach more people than what I could just reach in a gym through launching Scrawny to Strong, which is my online training program. Yeah, it's like that's a whole nother topic, but I will definitely share more about that. But I'm just trying to move things forwards in regards to the future with training, having things more accessible with, you know, via application, and yeah, just trying to really push the boundaries with the typical concept of how training is. I've got like an online course and workbooks and stuff like this, which taps a lot more into the sort of health and wellness and the mentality, as well as the physical nutrition and the training aspect. Because for me, it's like, before you even consider training or, you know, doing anything with your physique, there's a lot going on in your head that's making you want to do that, number one. But number two, you know, there's certain ways and certain routines and certain mindset that you need to be able to keep it consistent, right? Because we can all get up and make some gains for a few months, but it's what I learned to be able to maintain that throughout. And if you lose it, being comfortable or confident enough to be able to regain it at any given time, if you know how, right? So that's the scrawny to strong sort of element, which was the last sort of year. And then I wanted to take it further, man. I wanted to really see how far I could excel my mind, because I learned a lot in a very short space of time, and I applied myself in a way that I hadn't ever before. So I decided to look into coding, and this is what I'm really excited about. This is my new journey. This is what I've been doing for the last 3 months. It sounds like a really short time, but I've covered an awful lot of ground. I don't and haven't worked like a normal person per se. Like I put down 10 to 12 hour shifts daily, and that's not an exaggeration or sort of boast or anything like that. It's a straight fact, and I share that with you because I want to share with you exactly how I've got to that point of being able to cover that sort of ground, study and, you know, output 12 solid hours every single day for the past at least 3 months. Before that, you know, maybe 8 to 10 hours, having all sorts of technical issues. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you in advance for your support, guys. And yeah, there'll be a next video in the next couple of days. It will follow shortly. Peace out.